When adding and subtracting like fractions, we have to first keep in mind what like fractions means. Like fractions means that the denominators are the same, so you can see in all these examples. In this fraction, the denominator is 5, in this one it's 5. Both of these denominators are 8, both of these denominators are 12. So in another lesson, we'll learn how to add and subtract unlike fractions. But for the point for today, what we have to keep in mind is when the denominators are the same, and we know the denominator is going to stay the same. We simply add the numerators. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3/5 would be the sum, but we have to see if this is in simplest form. So first of all, we have to check to see, is this fraction improper? It is not improper. So then we have to see if it can be simplified. Can anything go into both 3 and 5 evenly? Since this fraction is not improper, nor is there any number that can go evenly into both 3 and 5, we would say it is in simplest form. So our answer would be 3/5. When adding 3/8 plus 1/8, remember, we add the numerators. 3 plus 1 is 4. The denominator, 8, stays the same. Then we have to see if this fraction is improper. Remember, improper means the fraction's top-heavy. If the numerator is the same or greater than the denominator, then the fraction's improper. But in this case, this fraction's proper, so we don't have to do the division to make a mixed number. But what we do have to do is see if there's anything that we can divide both 4 and 8 by. Since 4 and 8 can both be divided by 4, we will simplify this answer to 1/2. Now, if you thought that both 4 and 8 could be divided by 2, you were correct. It would simplify to 2/4, but then remember, you would have to simplify again. You have to keep dividing until there's nothing that can go evenly into the numerator and denominator. When adding 9/12 plus 4/12, we're going to add the numerators. 9 plus 4 is 13. 12 is your denominator. Then we have to see, is this improper? And yes, 13/12 is an improper fraction. So we have to divide 12 into 13. You can do that on scratch paper like this if you would like, or you can do it mentally. 12 goes into 13 one time. The remainder would be 1/12, which cannot be simplified. When subtracting like fractions, the same procedure where we subtract only the numerators. 8 minus 3 is 5. The denominator 10 stays the same. The fraction is not improper, but we have to see if it can be simplified. We know 5 can go into both 5 and 10, so we divide by 5. We get 1/2, which is a simplified fraction. In 5/6 minus 3/6, we subtract 5 minus 3 is 2. The denominator 6 stays the same. 2/6 is not an improper fraction, but both 2 and 6 can be divided by 2. So we have to simplify this to 1/3, which is in simplest form.